Hello everyone, meet Bebop. Bebop is a scrap golem who strikes fear into his enemies due to his devastating hook and the explosives he loves to strap onto people. His weapon is a laser cannon, and it's pretty unique. It requires a short charge up before firing and shoots a continuous beam, unlike anything else in Deadlock so far. The damage is dealt in rapid ticks, tied to its fire rate. If you aim down sight, Bebop's weapon starts spinning up, allowing you to pre-charge your laser. This mechanic is essential to contest or blast hits. Like every weapon in Deadlock, Bebop's laser is subject to fall-off damage at range. However, it also has a hard maximum range. Uniquely, Bebop's maximum weapon range increases as he gains power increases, allowing you to pressure enemies from further away as the game progresses. With Bebop's first ability, Exploding Uppercut, he punches enemies standing close to him, damaging them equal to his light melee damage, and sends them flying back. When hitting the ground, the punched units and all enemies caught in a 14-meter radius centered on the landing point take 80 spirit damage and also suffer a 15% fire rate slow for 5 seconds. It's also worth noting that the uppercut doesn't deal damage to allies, but it will still launch them into the air if there is no enemy within range. So be mindful of your positioning and when you use this ability. Exploding Uppercut has a cooldown of 21 seconds and scales with spirit power, improving the area damage by 0.5 and the fire rate slow by 0.2% for every point of spirit. With all upgrades, its cooldown is decreased to 10.5 seconds, letting you throw hands more often. But Exploding Uppercut can also buff Bebop and his other abilities in interesting ways. After uppercutting an enemy hero, you gain fast weapon spin up, 2 times your weapon range, and plus 50% weapon damage for 12 seconds. And if your uppercut hits an enemy hero, it resets your hook cooldown and gives you plus 100% bonus ammo. Bebop's second ability is called Sticky Bomb, and yes, you guessed it. It attaches a sticky bomb to a nearby target within 6 meters. After a 3-second fuse time, it explodes, dealing 110 damage in a 12-meter radius around the target. You can improve Sticky Bomb's damage permanently for the rest of the game by gaining stacks. These can be gained in the following ways. For every hero hurt with your bomb, you gain plus 1.5% bomb damage, and for every hero killed within 12 seconds of taking bomb damage, you gain plus 4% bomb damage. You also gain plus 4% bomb damage for enemy heroes that die while a bomb is attached to them. Sticky Bomb can be attached to enemy and allied heroes, creeps, and even yourself, opening up a range of creative plays. Killing the target before the bomb goes off will cause it to explode early, still dealing its AoE damage. After attaching a bomb, the ability goes on an 18-second cooldown. The explosion's base damage scales with spirit power, adding 1.2 damage for every point of spirit. With all upgrades, the cooldown of the ability is reduced to 10 seconds, its damage is improved to 185 damage, and after attaching the bomb to an enemy unit, their damage output is reduced by 30% for 5 seconds. Moving on to Bebop's most feared ability, his hook. This ability grabs and reels in the first hero it connects with, whether friend or foe, so aim carefully to avoid pulling in an ally by mistake. Keep in mind that enemy creeps can also be hooked, which means you'll need a clear line of sight to your intended target. On the plus side, hook can pass through enemy structures like towers and walkers, letting you snag targets that often feel an illusion of safety. Hook starts off with a 30-meter range, and the hooked target will be placed where you're facing, setting them up for a sticky bomb, followed up by your exploding uppercut. Your hook has a cooldown of 23 seconds and deals 10 damage to the reeled-in target. This damage scales with spirit power, granting 2 damage for every point of spirit. Fully upgraded, Bebop's hook lets you deal 25% more weapon damage against hooked enemies for 10 seconds, adds 30 meters to its cast range, and halves its base cooldown, letting you hook every 11.5 seconds. With his ultimate Hyper Beam, Bebop charges up his laser for a short time before unleashing a powerful torrent of energy that deals 205 spirit damage per second and slows enemies' movement speed by 25%. According to the ability description, it should also slow the dashes while hitting them. When we tested this, it did not slow dashes though, indicating that this might be a bug or Bebop got a nerf that was not documented in the patch notes. During its cast time, the ability can be cancelled and goes on a 2-second cooldown. While channeling, you can still move, albeit with slowed movement speed. Your turn rate is also slowed, making it harder for you to hit fast-moving targets. If activated while in the air, you will hover while unleashing the beam. The beam has a length of 70 meters and a width of 2.9 meters. Bebop also deals damage to enemies in a 5-meter AoE around his arm, as well as a 4-meter AoE where his beam collides with the map geometry. Keep in mind though that enemies that are not in line of sight of Bebop don't take damage while still being in the AoE. This also seems to be a bug or a shadow nerf. After your channel has finished, Hyper Beam goes on a 130-second cooldown. The beam damage scales with spirit power, granting you 2.7 damage for every point of spirit. With all upgrades, the beam's cooldown is decreased to 100 seconds, its DPS is increased to 305, and it also heals Bebop for 80% of its damage dealt to heroes and 25% against non-heroes. If you'd like to dive deeper, be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on our in-depth Bebop guide when it drops, as well as our next hero showcase. And if you want to support the channel, you can buy us a Ko-fi or become a YouTube member. It really helps us keep making these videos for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.